Hey guys, it's Faraz, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be starting a new series for how to develop mods for Minecraft using Minecraft Forge for version 1.16.1, and this is basically going to be your setup video. I'm going to be basically taking you eventually through setup process, then eventually how to build blocks and items and entities. And we're gonna kind of explore, all things Minecraft Forge development. So cool. Before we actually get started, if you want to kind of follow my content, if you like what you see, please hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit that bell icon. You can see for more videos. So let's jump right in. So we said we're gonna basically do 1.16.1, and we need three things before we get started. Right, we're going to need an IDE, which is a development kit, and there's two common ones for Java, and it's Intellij IDE by JetBrains or Eclipse. So both of them are free, and I prefer the Intellij as opposed to Eclipse. So you can basically Google Intellij and you can come to the download page and you can hit this download button for the community. It's like the free version. Cool. The next thing that we'll need is a JDK, which is the actual Java development kit. It's what the IDE is actually going to use to actually compile code into basically compile the code. So you can Google JDK download, you can click on the first link, it'll be from article.com, and we basically want to scroll down to Java 8, Java EC8. You'll hit the JDK download link, scroll down to basically your OS, whether you're running Linux or Windows or whatever, the Mac, and hit the appropriate download link. Once you do hit the link and accept the terms and conditions, if I can click it, it is going to ask you to actually log in and create an Oracle account. So you can just go ahead and do that. It's a free account, create an account, and then eventually log in. Cool. So that's the JDK and the IDE. The last thing that we need is Minecraft Forge. So that's the actual modding toolkit that we're gonna need, and we want version 1.16.1. So you're going to click on 1.16.1 and then you're going to click on the MDK. Cool. So when the link opens up, you're going to see a whole lot of information. You don't want to click on anything in the middle of here. You want to go to basically the top right hand side. There'll be a countdown, and once it counts down, you'll click on that skip button, and that's going to open up a download, which you can actually go ahead and do. I've already downloaded this, so I'm not going to save it again. If I go to my download folder, you'll see that there's the Forge file 1.16.1. The next thing we want to do is create our actual project location. So I'm going to create it in our downloads folder, but you can create this wherever you'd actually like. I'm going to call this my first mod, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the zip file and copy all these contents into that folder called my first mod. Cool. So if I open it up over here, you can see there's all my contents. The next thing I'm going to do is I already have Intellij installed and my JDK installed. So if you don't have those, please install that now. Right. So I've got my Intellij installed, so I've got it up and running. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit open or import, and I'm going to actually import that project that we just created. So my first mod. Okay, and you can see that it's a Gradle project. It's starting to download some of the libraries that it actually needs. You can see it's downloading 1.16.1. Let's click that in the background. What you'll need to do, if you haven't done this already, is you'll need to basically connect Intellij and your JDK. You'll do that by hitting the file button, the project structure, and then you click on project, and then you should see a project SDK. Now if you don't have one selected, it's going to show no SDK. That's when you go hit the edit button, and it'll bring you down into SDKs, and then you can hit the plus and basically try to add your JDK by finding the folder. The folder structure that you'll need is just like up till, you know, up till that initial Java 8 folder, whatever it is called. I've got like a different version of Java, but for you it will be the articles version of Java. Cool. Once you add that, make sure that it shows up over here. You want 1.8, you want 8 as the levels. That's basically it. And then you hit the apply button. Cool. So I can see everything else is basically run completed over there. You'll see that it's got, if I go into the Java folder, it's got an example mod. It's precisely like the only real file that's here. And what we want is we actually want to go to this readme, and we want to come down to this item number 3, and there's a command that we need to actually execute. So if you're on a Windows machine, you'd copy this command. I'm on a Linux machine, so I'm going to copy this one over here. Okay, and within Intellij there is a terminal window, so you're going to go to that terminal. Okay, you're going to paste it and make sure that you're in the in the folder structure of this project, and then you're going to run that. And that's just going to do some additional setup. This should be relatively quick. Cool, perfect, done. Then the next thing we're going to do, in terms of like a setup, that's basically it that you need to do. The next thing that you want is you'd want to come onto the right hand side. You want to find the Gradle. You want to go to tasks. You want to go to FG runs, and you want to run the run client. You can right click on that and click run. What this is going to do is this is going to start up the kind of like the development instance of Minecraft. It looks kind of like Minecraft, like in terms of things, but it's just got some extra tooling built into it. We just give this a second startup. Cool, it's started up. You'll see that it looks like a normal Minecraft launcher, except you'll see at the top there that it's warning this is Forge beta. There is Minecraft 1.16.1. That's the version of Forge we're using. If I go into mods, you'll see that I'll have an example mod, and that's from the example mod that we have at the moment. When we add our own mod, it's going to show up in this list with our own name structure. I just want to switch off the music that is playing on my side. Cool. So that is basically it from this tool. It acts like the same as a normal Minecraft. You'd create a world, etc, etc. I'm not going to do that just yet. Cool. So the last thing we want to do after we basically test our game is to basically just check how do we kind of maintain our version. At the moment there isn't a full-on accessible version of the mappings file. This is kind of the one that happens by default, but there is one available for this date, the 23rd of the 7th, for 1.16.1. Just update your projects to that, and I've got version 108 at the moment. Cool. So now that we just did that change, we just want to make sure that everything's still fine. You'll hit the circle icon over here to actually do the build. I'm gonna hit the build command. So that was Control B as my shortcut. And then I'm gonna run this as soon as the build, the download is actually complete. Cool. So it's finished build. Let's hit that run client again, and everything should be up and running basically with that new version of the mappings file. Note that this version may need to change in future again, so I'll basically report on that in a later video. Cool, and you can see that our Minecraft Forge runs successfully. That and the mods actually still show up. Cool, so that is everything that we need. That's it in terms of the setup video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and follow, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be tackling the actual creation of an item. Thanks guys.